Hi, my name is Leah Drake, and I'm art teacher and crafts teacher at Hillcrest High School. I'm making this video for parents and students so that parents can understand what their student is looking at on Google Classroom, and students can understand what they need to do to be successful in crafts and Art 1. So all of your assignments are presented just as if you were in class. On Google Classroom. So I'm going to sort of show you how to navigate Google Classroom in my classroom and how to use it to your advantage. So we're looking at the stream page right now. The stream page is where you'll see announcements, upcoming assignments. Most all the action happens over here on the classwork tab. So you'll notice that there's a couple of topics over here. There's a few things that are not categorized. So makeup work. I will accept makeup work on almost anything. There's a few things that you can't make up. One being attendance questions, which we'll talk about shortly. And then sometimes there's assignments that would be very difficult to make up just because I'm usually asking you to show me the progress of your work. And if you did not participate in the learning activity using the progress of your work, then it would be kind of hard to go back after the fact. So just bear that in mind. Make sure you stay on top of things. There's also a virtual class link here. So if you click on this link, you're going to find a lot of helpful links in my classroom. It will link back to that makeup list. It also provides the copy of the syllabus, also the supply list. Art 1 and Crafts has a supply list. There's a $15 art or craft fee, or you can elect to purchase your own supplies, which would probably amount to more than $15, but maybe not if you were real frugal. So there's a link for tech support, for fifth period in particular, how to submit your work. In-person learners will submit their work in class, also how to download assignments, and here's a little link for my virtual students. That no one else will have except for virtual students. But everyone has this page with these links and information. Assignments is where I post all of your assignments. So each week, every student will receive their own copy of a digital sketchbook. And in a digital sketchbook, it will look like this. There will be an agenda that summarizes what students are expected to do each day of the week. And then they can actually click on these links to go directly to pages that are labeled Monday through Friday. Assuming we have a Monday through Friday. On shorter weeks, we'll only have, obviously the sketchbook will match what we're actually doing in class. It's important that students pay attention for the instructions. So this particular page instructs Tuesday, Thursday students, students who come to school on Tuesdays and Thursdays, to complete the Inspire page. And so there's usually links in here, information, activities for students to do every day of the week, whether students are in school or at home. They do have a learning experience, and they'll find information on exactly what that looks like on this page, on this digital sketchbook. So they'll have to come here and actually read and sort of figure out what they're supposed to do. So I think it's laid out pretty clearly. For the phase of learning that we're in right now, we have students coming to school 2 days a week, and so they'll find their group and then follow the instructions. Typically, students will either be asked to complete something like what you see here as their assignment for that day, or students will be directed to watch a video sometimes. For example, in this one, it's indicating that students should watch a video and follow the instructions, which is what our Monday, Wednesday students did in this case. We did it in class, but it's also posted here so that if a student was absent, they're able to keep up. They take a picture of what they did, just like you see here, and place it in the digital sketchbook. You can see that it indicates who is supposed to post their work there. And then students are going to answer a reflection question. Every single day that school is in session, whether students are at home or whether they are in school learning, they will be directed to answer a reflection question, which acts as an attendance question, and I usually try to tie it to the learning that we're doing in class that day or that week. So students will answer that question, and that'll be the end of their activities for the day. And that is a routine. I try to keep things very routine in my classroom so that students know what to expect and how to find it. All of their learning will be posted in this digital sketchbook. We have videos that accompany what we're doing in class. Sometimes a student will be asked to watch a video at home. Sometimes a student will be asked to work on a project at home and show the progress of their work, but every page will have something on it. Now, it is possible for a student to submit their work. So at the end of the week, students are supposed to go back to Google Classroom, and mine will look a little different than theirs, but they'll have a submit button where they submit their sketchbook for grading. They're done, they've entered all of their work, and they're going to submit it for grading. It is very possible for a student to click the submit button and have entered no work. That does not mean that the assignments are complete. That simply means the student turned in the notebook empty or full. So that's something to be aware of. The students will also have a link up here where you can see where I have a couple links. They will not have the exact same links. Some of their links will be something they can click on to show them all of their missing assignments. So that's something to keep an eye out for. That can be helpful. But again, have your students show you the work that they're submitting so that you can sort of understand what's happening in the classroom. I think that pretty much covers everything. So every project is covered in the sketchbooks, all of the how-tos, all of the project rubrics. Every component of the project is covered in the sketchbook. So the biggest thing that I see with students who are not doing well is it is directly tied to them not following along in these daily activities. So the daily activities help engage students with their project, help them understand the expectations, help them achieve the goals through exercises and routines. So when students fall behind on their sketchbooks, that shows me that they're not following along daily. It only takes about 30 to 45 minutes per day to keep up with art. And so if you're in class that day, you aren't really expected to go home and spend more time on it. It's optional. Maybe if a student felt like they were maybe a slow worker, or because some of us are, and that's okay. Maybe they'd want to spend a few additional minutes. But if you're in class, your assignment should be complete if you followed along and used your time wisely. If you're working from home that day, you're expected to spend about 30 to 45 minutes per day working on art or craft related tasks. If students are diligent about staying on top of that expectation, they're going to have their projects complete on time. They're going to understand the project. They're going to do well on the project. So that's tied together. It is imperative that students follow along in the sketchbook, read, see, hear, and do. If they do that, they're going to be successful no matter what. And for my fifth period students, those are my virtual students. We meet on Tuesdays on Google Meet. And so it is important for students to be there because that is your opportunity, fifth period, to ask questions and receive clarification. And it's great to hear other people's questions as well because that can help clarify. I provide examples. We do things like that. Anytime that anyone wants to contact me, it's very easy. I am available on Google Meet by appointment for anyone. My planning period is sixth period, and I can be available other times as well. I just want to point out that if you are not sure how to contact me, jump back on here and you can find me by clicking here on my office hours. So that's a good way to figure out when is Ms. Drake available. All right, so no one's in the dark. I hope no one feels alone. Please contact me anytime that I can help you out. I'm so glad to have everyone in my class, and I think this is going to be a good year despite all of the challenges. So, it's really all about choices. So let's make a good choice. Let's choose to have a good time, choose to participate, and you're going to find that the results are positive. Thanks so much, guys, and have a great day.